Spivey's grip in the next leg. It is fascinating to see. So 160 finishes. Let's see if we're going to get one.
140.
Super close. He's already got the biggest finish of the week of 150. He almost raised the stakes.
He's teasing us, isn't he, to something a little bit bigger.
140. Scott, you require 20. Game shot on the fourth leg.
He's not teasing us
Scott
anymore.
Campbell.
What's going on with his right arm? He looks a little bit uncomfortable.
No score.
Leacox cannot believe that he has not found double 10 there. He had the
Scott,
line
you
right,
require
but unfortunately,
37.
he was aiming at the wrong segment outside the double 10.
Looking a bit fidgety here, isn't he, Scott Campbell? Not looking too settled.
It is the win, though. You don't see a
match.
37 checkout
Scott
very
Campbell.
often, but Campbell's got one.
It's
It's a really nice last start from Spivey. Does Shane get a dart or double here? Fascinating.
Game shot on the first
My
leg.
word.
Shane McGurk.
Audacious and a little bit lucky.
Second leg.
A lot of people believe that's a placebo effect. But if it makes him comfortable when he's playing, well, we're not going to argue, Shane. Especially when you're doing that.
180.
This leg, ton 140, 180. And the average gradually climbing towards the 100 mark.
60.
It will only be a 100
81.
average if he takes this out in 2. And that's not going to happen. But he might still win.
41.
Not on this occasion, but he will be back. Sam Spivey not on a finish. McGurk just allow plenty of time to get himself
60.
set to prepare
Shane require 40.
to get some points on the board.
To follow Scott Campbell to 2 points. Very
Game
well
shot
done.
and the match.
Shane McGurk is
Shane
back at the MODUS
McGurk.
Super Series, and he's back winning games against very dangerous opponents.
170.
He would love a 170 right now. Go on, Lee. You know you want to.
145.
My word, the
Oh,
weight
you
of dart was
require
perfect. It was
24.
just a centimetre off. Oh, it's a
Game
beautiful
shot on the
dart.
fourth leg. Cole Wilson.
Seriously impressive. Paul might be saying, I'm sorry, Lee.
70.
No apologies
He
yet.
require 40.
Game 3 might be going all the way.
I think Leacox thought that was job done, though, when the treble
Game shot on
20
the
went in.
sixth
We saw him
leg.
at the back of the stage,
Leacox.
shaking his head, probably thinking, is anyone going to miss?
Seventh
They
and
did.
final leg. It's Cole to throw first.
Leacox taking advantage. We
Game
go
on.
the distance.
Third time on a 5 checkout.
One.
How is Leacox still
They
in
require-
this game?
16.
Is he ready to finish it off?
Game
does
shot
finish it
and the
off,
match.
And he will not
Leacox.
understand what's just happened. Sometimes you do need a little bit of fortune.
People who make things like that don't like the feedback of, oh, that's all right, or that's quite good.
I wonder if Scott Campbell can make truffles or some form of
79.
chocolates. I do
Jamie
believe he's a
Maguire,
rather
126.
handy cook. What's cooking, Shane?
Game
Bingo.
shot on the third leg.
Just what the doctor
Shane
ordered.
McGurk.
And McGurk's not going to have any of that. He's a good 14 points ahead of him.
140. Shane McGuire, 24.
Very
Game's on the
good from
fourth
McGurk.
leg.
He takes a
Shane
3-1
McGurk.
lead. He's playing well, and Campbell, not so much. Because at the minute, he's finishing so well, he'd probably finish soup with chopsticks.
$86. Shane McGuire, 85.
Tops.
Game
Magnificent.
shot on the match.
It doesn't get any
Shane
better than that.
McGurk.
4 out of 4 on the doubles. And we warned you, if you didn't take your 144 out, McGurk was going to eat that one up.
It is a hard time slot to play, isn't it, at 9:30 in the morning, because you need a couple of hours practice to feel comfortable, to feel ready to perform at your best. So
133.
that's
Shane McGuire,
7:30.
116.
then you've got to get up, get ready, have your breakfast. So now we're talking 6:30, 6 o'clock.
Game shot.
What we're talking about is a
first
1-0
leg.
lead for Spivey.
Sam Spivey. Sammy
Like we mentioned, Spivey has been really good when he's got to the end product. 1 dart at tops.
24. Carly require 20.
That is about as much of a reprieve as Wilson will get.
Game
And he
shot
takes
on the
full
fourth
advantage
leg.
of it. Well done, Carl.
Wilson.
Alexander Oreshkin. The Russian Whitlock.
Yes.
174.
Is that the third 174 he's had tonight? Is it enough? Is it? Oh, it wasn't in. What a try from
120.
Spivey.
Carly require 32.
Well, Carl, take us all the way.
Game shot on the
There we
sixth
go. What a recovery
Carl
from Wilson. If Wilson can find a 140. He's fought so hard just to get back into this
96.
game,
Sammy
winning the last 3
64.
legs. It might be in vain. And there you have it. Sam
Game shot on the
Spivey
match.
gets off the
Sam
mark.
Spivey.
It was all a bit strange. We're not all like Michael Smith. Massive Whitney Houston fans.
162.
But we do like a bit of that.
Yeah, when you look back, you only remember the good times, don't you? But, you know, it wasn't all Britney Spears and Spice Girls. We had a bit of the rubbish in there as
Shane
well.
require 140.
Yes. Double 10. And Shane
Game
McGurk
shot
goes
the
all
second
snake bite on
leg.
us.
Shane
302.
McGurk. 60. Shane require 20.
Lee just looks a little bit lost on the stage right now.
Game shot on
The
the
doubling
fourth
hasn't
leg.
been
Shane McGurk.
of a prime nature in this one, but it hasn't had to be. Now, he's got to fight through it somehow.
$46.
That might be that.
Shane McGuire 56.
McGurk has had 15 darts at a double. That's the last one of this
shot
game.
on the match.
Hard work,
Shane McGurk.
but ultimately disappointment for Lee Cox on this occasion. 6 points possible for Arrow. 6 points bagged by that man. Thank goodness that we're all getting along these days. They were terrible times.
121. Scott, you
These
record
guys
20.
can barely be split. Double 5.
Game shot on the
3-2
fifth
lead for
leg.
Campbell.
Scott Campbell.
I'm just going to tot up the legs that have been won
Six-legged
by
Sam
these
to
guys.
third.
One more trick. but he doesn't get enough.
57.
It's going to be 4-3 again for the fourth
Scott,
day
you
in
require
succession with these
24.
two lefties. How many times they play this week is entirely up to them. It could be as many as 7 times. But the fourth meeting goes the way of Scott Campbell.
Scott Campbell.
So the first 2 days were won by the Englishman by 4 legs to 3. The following 2 days have been won by the Scot. Well, this game is quick. We're going to have to start talking quicker.
Be like racehorse commentary.
Or auctioneering.
57. Carly, you require 81.
I'm not going to try and do an auctioneer's voice because nobody wants to hear that. Bullseye.
Game
Bada
shot
bing,
the
bada boom.
first leg.
Just like that.
Carl Wilson.
How do you know this stuff?
Because I once bought an engagement ring in that jeweler.
There we go. The
162.
book of knowledge.
Not the first time that Shane has found that tonight. And when he did the last time, he took it 140.
100.
Okay. Double 10.
Game
He
shot
does
the
it again.
third leg. Shane McGurk.
162 for Shane as a precursor
Fourth leg
to
against
winning
Carl
the leg.
Joseph. $95. Shane McGuire.
That's that reverse stacking method.
Game
And
shot
there
the
is a
fifth
3-2
leg.
lead
Shane McGurk.
after being 2-0 down. Don't let go.
We did actually get to see arrow as well on the back of it there, so
Well, that's on purpose. It has to be.
136. Colin McGuire, 90.
I'll tell you what, if that Funko Pop falls, we're going to have to do the slow motion like Alan Rickman. We're going the
Game shot
distance.
sixth
This one is a
leg.
cliffhanger.
Carl Wilson.
Saves a bad visit with a wonderful anchor shot.
$140.
Is that
Shane
enough
McGuire,
pressure?
70.
We had a perfect day today from David Sharp. Is it a perfect night?
50. Carly require 91.
This is to stop Shane from getting to 8 points. Double 16.
Good
Brilliant.
shot on the match.
Just when he needed something to happen,
Wilson.
Carl Wilson really has been put through the ringer this evening against Shane McGurk in Game 6. And if he plays to the same level, Matt, as he did in that game, Sam Spivey will absolutely destroy him.
180.
it's been patchy for Lee Cox tonight, hasn't it? There's been moments, there's been flashes, but he's not put them together enough.
60.
I mean, those darts really well put together, great grouping. It's just a fraction low. There was a danger here, though, that Lee Cox could have gone through the night without picking
91.
up a single win. It was a lot of match darts he survived against Carl Wilson, who's finally got over the line, picked up his first win against Shane McGurk.
96.
I sometimes look at tables like this and think about the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario for Lee is that he finishes bottom of this table on 2
180.
points. If that were to happen, he could still have a really good Friday and qualify.
100. Sammy require 50.
Spivey's on another 11 darter on double 15.
Game shot on the first leg. Sam Spivey.
Be honest with yourself, everyone. How many times have you seen
Second leg
an
is Lisa
11 dart
Dreyfus.
leg
Game on.
with a double-double? Is he ready for a 3-1 lead? And an immediate break back.
No
This
score.
time, double 15 does not give him the
require
leg.
50.
And funnily enough, when Spivey hit it last time, it was on 50.
$30. Sam, you require 48.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
I think he's forgot that he's bust the score.
20. Lee, you require
That may be the first time I've ever seen Sam
20.
Spivey break. And if you think it's the referee's responsibility to remind the player, Owen was 100% correct. He doesn't have to do a thing.
game shot.
He just has to say, you require.
Lee
Sam was in his own little bubble.
Fifth leg, it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
You need 58. Nobody dangle.
58.
A clock in
Sam,
front of
you
his
require
eyes.
58.
Don't hypnotize Mr. Spivey. 58, Sam. He knows where
Game
double
shot
10 is,
the fifth
obviously.
leg.
He's 3-2 up.
Sam Spivey. Sixth flag, it's Lee to throw first. Game on.
But he has left to finish. Something he might need to find now.
147.
Double 18.
Game
Where's he
shot
found
the
that
sixth
from?
Flag.
What
Lee
a shot to
Cox.
maybe save your night.
Require 170.
Time to raise the stakes, Sam. Statistically, his worst
require
average of the
40.
night. And Lee Cox will finish above Spivey in the table. Campbell's losing ground here. He's up against a very sharp Carl Wilson. He's very much on it right now.
140.
In golfing terms, he's dialed in.
$139. Carly requires
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this in 2. He's playing that well. Tops will do.
Game shot.
Very much so.
Leg. Carl Wilson.
98 average and 3 out of 4 in the doubles. Wilson was starting to speed up with McGurk. And I think Campbell's doing the same with Wilson.
134. Scott, you require 81.
Nice one there to get him down to a finish after 9, but Campbell very impactful in this leg.
Game
There's
shot.
that number again.
Flag. Scott
11
Campbell.
dart leg once again.
It doesn't matter what Campbell does. But that might be his parting shot.
180. Carly require 40.
Tops.
Game
How good
shot
was
at
that
the mat.
from Carl Wilson?
Carl Wilson.
He didn't start the night very well. He found himself with a bit of purgatory. Lost to Lee Cox. Lost to Sam Spivey, but in the second half, he was a different beast. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. Our double day is done, and they are the final 4 results. Dominated by Carl Wilson and his doubling. 4 out of 4 against Shane McGurk to inflict his first defeat of the evening. But against Scott Campbell, he raised the levels even more and only missed 1 darted double in that contest. Phenomenal, averaging 103. So he's vaulted his way up the table a little bit more after a bad start. He's actually going to finish second behind McGurk